Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be going over a list of 60 plus mounts that you can get in World of Warcraft right now, which are relatively easy to obtain. Most of the mounts in this video are mounts you can get all in one day if you so wanted, but 2 have a small chance at taking longer and 2 have a minimum time required of 20 days. The only reason those 2 are on the list is that it's minimal effort, only 1 quest per day. And remember, be sure that if you liked the video to leave a like, and if you have any thoughts or want to share your experiences to leave a comment at the end of the video. With that being said, let's jump into the video. First on our list is the Winterspring Frostsaber for the Alliance or Venomhide Ravasaur for the Horde. When you get either of these mounts, it also credits your account with having the opposite faction's mount, so if you can skip the RP and you have the option to do this on Horde or Alliance character, I'd recommend doing this one on the Alliance character. I will say that, at least for the beginning of earning this mount, the Alliance has it a bit easier. There are some RP attached to this mount for those of you that like that sort of thing though, which may restrict you to your faction. For the Alliance's Winterspring Frostsaber, you're going to want to head to Winterspring. Go to the coordinates on screen to find Rivern Frostwind, the Winter Saber trainer. You can also find the coordinates with a command for TomTom in the description below. When you talk to him, he will give you a quest called Get Them While They're Young. Grab that and head below to these little coves to find Frostsaber cubs. You'll need to collect 8 of them to complete the quest. After turning that in, you should get the quest, They Grow Up So Fast. With this, you'll be given a Frostsaber cub of your very own to quest with. You can summon this cub at any time with the item in Winterspring, and once per day, the cub will have a quest for you, which will be one of various dailies. Upon completing any of these quests, you'll be given one of the cub's whiskers. You'll need 20 of these to complete the quest, which will award you with your mount, which is the cub you've been raising all along. For the Horde's Venomhide Ravasaur, you're going to want to head to Ungoro Crater and go to the coordinates shown in the video to find Mor'vek the Ravasaur trainer. Like Rivern, coordinates with a command for TomTom will be in the description down below. When you talk to him, he will give you a frustrating quest called Toxic Tolerance. For this, you must be splashed with 20 Venomhide blood. To have that happen, you must fight Venomhide Ravasaurs and attack them. While they are attacking you, they sometimes will splash you. You can't simply allow them to attack you though. You must also be attacking them actively for this to happen. I found it easiest to just create a new Death Knight to do this quest and use my fists. Do that if you don't have a Death Knight yet. If you have a character in the right level range, that'll work too. You can do this with a max level character, but do bear in mind that every single hit will likely kill the mob. Anyway, after completing this quest, you'll be given the Venomhide Eggs quest, in which you'll have to gather 4 Venomhide Ravasaur eggs from various nests in the zone. Turn this in and you can get the quest They Grow Up So Fast. Like the Frostsaber cub, you can summon a baby Venomhide Raptor, which will give you daily quests. Those quests will give you a Venomhide Baby Tooth, which you'll need 20 of to complete the main quest. Again, I recommend just doing the Winterspring Frostsaber for the Alliance if you don't care for the RP of the mount. Next up are the Ice Mammoth and Grand Ice Mammoth. To be able to buy these, you'll need to start a quest line which begins in K3 in Storm Peaks. You'll want to go into the inn and find Gretchen Fizzlespark. Her coordinates should be on the screen, and, as always, the command for a TomTom waypoint will be in the description down below. Note that you can take a portal in the Chamber of the Guardian in Dalaran to Wyrmrest Temple as a shortcut. She'll give you a quest called They Took Our Men. You'll want to complete this quest, making sure to loot any Vrykul you kill along the way for relics of Ulduar. You'll need a lot of these later on. Anyway, complete that quest and continue on to Leave No Goblin Behind, which you can complete to get the Crone's Bargain, followed by Mildred the Cruel, Discipline, Examples to be Made, A Certain Prisoner, A Change of Scenery, The Hildsmeet, Taking on All Challengers, You'll Need a Bear, Going Bareback, if you know what I mean, then Cold-Hearted. When doing the Cold-Hearted, be sure that for every Proto-Drake you mount, grab 3 of the Brunhilde prisoners to minimize the time taken on this quest. After completing Cold-Hearted, you'll continue on to Deemed Worthy, then go on a Yeti killing spree with Making a Harness, which is the final quest in this quest chain. After finishing that quest chain though, you'll start the next one by getting the last of her kind. Completing that quest, you'll pick up the Warm-Up, in which you'll kill the Yeti leader. This will be followed by Into the Pit, Prepare for Glory, Loklira's Parting Gift, the Draken's Rid, Sibling Rivalry, and finally, Mending Fences. While you do Mending Fences, be sure to loot the Stormforged Iron Giants, as you'll want to be looking for an item dropped by them called Slag Covered Metal, as well as Relics of Ulduar. Slag Covered Metal will give you the quest The Refiner's Fire. Complete that quest and it will give you the quest A Spark of Hope. Complete that quest as well as Mending Fences by turning them in to Thorum. Pick up his quest Forging an Alliance and head back over to Dun Niflheim, where the blue Proto-Drakes were before. This one's a bit strange. Talk to King Yokum and get the quest You Can't Miss Him. Turn that in and get Battling the Elements. Do Battling the Elements, then head back to Dun Niflheim and turn Forging an Alliance in to Njormeld. Don't worry about the quest he follows up with. Head over to Lillehof at the shown coordinates and talk to him. You'll see he has the Ice Mammoth for Revered and the Grand Ice Mammoth for Exalted. You can choose which of these you want to put the effort in for. To gain reputation with him at this point, you'll want to talk to Lillehof again and do the repeatable quest Hodier's Tribute, which requires 10 relics of Ulduar. To do enough turn-ins to get Revered, you'll need a total of 180 relics of Ulduar. To get Exalted from there, you'll need an additional 640 relics of Ulduar, which comes to a total of 820 relics. I found the easiest way to farm Relics of Ulduar is to go to Halls of Lightning, running around this ring where the first boss is, grabbing all the Iron Dwarves in the area and killing them all and the boss, loot them, then rinse and repeat. Another option if your server has the relics available for this is to buy them off the auction house. My server only had one stack up for sale, which was 14 relics for about 2.8 gold per relic. Next up are the Nether Rays from the Shatari Skyguard in Burning Crusade. For this you'll want to head to Skedis in Terracar Forest. Like getting to Storm Peaks, you can take a shortcut through the Chamber of the Guardian to Shatrath City, then fly to where you need to go. You will need to go to Severin and Skedis at the coordinates on screen and pick up the quest, World of Shadows. In the recording, I also picked up Hungry Nether Rays, but don't worry about that, it's just not worth the reputation gained. Now head a little south and go on a little Arakoa killing spree. You'll need to kill the Arakoa for Shadow Dust. They also will give you 10 reputation each with the Shatari Skyguard. Along the way you'll see these ancients, Talonsworn Forest Ragers. Go ahead and kill them as they grant 30 reputation each. After turning in World of Shadows, you'll be given an Elixir of Shadows. Drink this and it will allow you to see Time Lost Arakoa. You can turn in more Shadow Dust to receive more elixirs. Turning this quest in and repeating the quest with more Shadow Dust will give you 150 reputation with Shatari Skyguard each. Now you're going to, for the duration of the buff given, go on another Arakoa killing spree. Be sure to continue gathering Shadow Dust as these can help you get more elixirs of Shadow later. Also gather Time Lost Scrolls because they are needed to summon one of 4 bosses at these different skull piles. Don't summon the bosses yet though, go ahead and find Talon Priest Ishal at the coordinates on the screen to get Ishal's Almanac. This will give you a quest called An Ally in Lower City, which you'll need to follow the chain of. You need to do this quest chain before killing the bosses I mentioned. I didn't realize this and I killed them all before doing the quest and had to repeat, though this shouldn't matter too much as you'll have to kill them many times anyway. Also, if at some point you find a Skyguard prisoner in a cage, talk to him and do the quest Escape from Skedis for 150 reputation boost. Go ahead and follow the quest chain from Ishal's Almanac as soon as you get it. It'll follow An Ally in Lower City, Countdown to Doom, Hazek's Bargain, A Shabby Design, and finally Adversarial Blood. To complete this quest, you'll need to kill each of the 4 bosses mentioned before, summoned by the Time Lost Scrolls. To summon them, find the various skull piles in the Skedis area and use them, which will prompt you for which boss you'd like to kill. Pick a boss from the list of Gezerak the Huntress, Dark Screecher Akarai, Karog, and Vakiz the Windrager. 10 Time Lost Scrolls will be removed and the boss will be summoned. Be sure to keep track of which bosses you kill so you can know which items you need in order to turn in Adversarial Blood or Tokens of the Descendants. Finish that quest and you should now be able to bring the items dropped by the individual bosses to Hazek to receive a Time Lost offering. Turning in Adversarial Blood will give you 350 reputation. Doing the repeatable version of it, Tokens of the Descendants will also give you 350 reputation. When you have the Time Lost offering, go to the island in the center of the lake and use the skull pile. It works the way the other skull piles do, but there's only one boss to choose from, Turok. Killing Turok will give you 500 reputation. In addition to the 500 reputation, there's a chance you'll be able to loot the toy Time Lost figurine, which allows you to turn into an old Burning Crusade style Arakoa. Rinse and repeat these quests to grind the reputation. Once exalted, you can purchase any or all of the Nether Ray mounts as well as the Nether Ray Fry battle pet. Next up are the Kurenai or Maghar Talbuks. For the Alliance, the reputation you'll need is Kurenai. To start with Kurenai, you'll need to head to Zangarmarsh and find Ikudi at the shown coordinates. Pick up the quests Daggerfen Deviance and Engarosh Encroachment. After picking those up, head over to the Wanted post and pick up Wanted Chief Mumaki. After picking those up, go and complete those quests, killing Ogres and Broken Draenei. Then turn those in and pick up Overlord Gorefist and a message to Tular. Go kill some more Ogres and come back to turn in Overlord Gorefist, and pick up Stinger Venom and the Terror of Marshlight Lake, as well as Lines of Communication and Natural Armor. Complete all of those and pick up Mach 2's Revenge. Finish that and we'll finally be headed to Nagrand where the reputation and grind are. Go to turn in a message to Tular to Warden Moiv Jill in Nagrand. Pick up Fierce Enemies and we'll be headed over to one of the several Ogre farms. In the video, I go to the location I find most effective, but you're welcome to pick any of the rest. Get your 10 Warbeads and head back to Jill to turn them in and the real grind starts. You can repeat this 10 Warbeads quest from here, so you'll want to go on an Ogre slaughtering spree to get exalted with Kurenai. Killing the Ogres grants 10 reputation each, and turning in 10 of the Warbeads grants 500 reputation each time. The Ogres drop the Warbeads at a rate of about 1 in every 3 Ogres killed. That said, it's roughly 30 Ogres per turn-in. 30 Ogres is 300 rep, and the turn-in is 500 rep, which totaled is 800 rep. Assuming you have 39,000 reputation to get from 0 of 6,000 friendly, you'll need about 1,470 Ogre kills to get the reputation to Exalted. For the Horde, the reputation you'll need is with Maghar. If you leveled via questing, you'll be anywhere along this chain, so be sure to use a quest tracker to see where you are on this, or if you've already done this for that matter. If you leveled via dungeons, or if you are a demon hunter, chances are you haven't done any of these quests. You'll want to head into the beginning of Outlands in Hellfire Peninsula and talk to Lieutenant General Orion to get Arrival in Outland. Turn that in just north to Vlaga Freyfeather and pick up Journey to Thrallmar. Take that and turn it into General Crackork, curious name, and grab Report to Nazgrel and, well, take that to Nazgrel. Get Eradicate the Burning Legion, turn it in, and get Fellspark Ravine. Complete that and grab Forward Base Reaver's Fall. Turn in Forward Base Reaver's Fall, and don't get Disruptor reinforcements. Instead, head over to Nazgrel again and get the new quest he has available, the Assassin. Head to Krun's Spinebreaker, turn in the quest, and get a strange weapon, and take that back and turn it in. Grab the Warchief's Mandate and take that to Farseer Ragglecut. Get a Spirit Guide. Go back to Krun's Spinebreaker's body and use the totem. A Ghost Wolf will spawn and you'll need to follow him to Gorkin Bloodfist and turn that quest in, and then get the quest called the Maghar. Take that to Nazgrel and you'll be ready to go to Nagrand. Head to Nagrand and find Warden Bullrock and get the quest Proving Your Strength. Like Kurenai for the Alliance, you'll need to head to one of several ogre farms. In the video, I go to the location I find most effective, but you're welcome to pick any of the rest. Get your 10 war beads and head back to Bullrock and turn them in. Just like the Alliance's route, it's time to slaughter ogres. Killing the ogres grants 10 reputation each, and turning in 10 of the war beads grants 500 reputation each time. The ogres drop the war beads at a rate of about 1 in every 3 ogres killed. That said, it's roughly 30 ogres per turn in. 30 ogres is 300 rep, and the turn in is 500 rep, which totaled is 800 rep. Assuming you have 39,000 reputation to get from 0 of 6,000 friendly, you'll need about 1,470 ogre kills to get the reputation to Exalted. Next up is the Darkwater Skate. This mount is a swimming mount, which is quite special, but it can only be obtained during the Darkmoon Fair. Depending on whether you want to fish for the mount or if you want to just buy the currency to purchase the mount off the auction house, this will take varying amounts of time and money, obviously. If you want to fish for the mount, just head into the Darkmoon Fair and go to the dock and fish away. You'll need to fish up a total of 500 Darkmoon Dagger Maws. This can take some serious time to do, so be ready to fish for a while. If you don't want to fish for the mount, you can buy the fish off the auction house, which is what I did when I got mine. On my server, they were priced at anywhere from 15 gold to 45 gold. With the current auctions, I was looking at spending around 11,000-ish gold to purchase the 500 Darkmoon Dagger Maws for the mount. When you have your fish, take them to Glissa Sundew in the Darkmoon Fair at the coordinates shown. From her, you can purchase the mount. Next up are a set of 4 mounts just purchasable from a woman in Dalaran. You can purchase these from May Francis, who is just outside Crassus's Landing. From her, you can buy the Armored Brown Bear, the Armored Snowy Gryphon if you're Alliance, or Armored Blue Wind Rider if you're Horde, the Woolly Mammoth, and the famous Traveler's Tundra Mammoth. Each of these for 750 gold, 2,000 gold, 10,000 gold, and 20,000 gold respectively, whose prices are modified by your reputation with Kirin Tor. Next up are the Black Drake and Twilight Drake mounts. Both of these should be very easy to get. If you have 2 characters above 90, you should be able to get it in 1 week if you're not too terribly unlucky. Otherwise, you'll be looking at getting one for the first week and the other during the next. Both of these mounts drop from the same raid, just different difficulties. That raid is Obsidian Sanctum. The Black Drake drops from Sartharian on 10-man mode, and the Twilight Drake drops from Sartharian on 25-man mode. They seem to both have a drop chance of between 66 and 75% each, so if you don't get them in your first attempt, chances are you'll get them in your second attempt. Again, note that you can take the portal in the Chamber of the Guardian in Dalaran to Waymar's Temple as a shortcut. Next up is the infamous Bronze Drake. For this one, you'll need to run the Culling of Stratholme on Heroic difficulty within the allotted time limit and kill the Infinite Corruptor. If you already know how to run the Culling of Arthas, you can skip ahead to the shown timestamp for a look at the location of the Infinite Corruptor. If you don't know how to run the instance, go ahead and stick around. You'll want to talk to Chromie, who will give you an item called the Arcane Disruptor. You'll want to go outside and use this on 5 shining crates throughout the surrounding area. Waypoints for these will be in the description down below. After marking all 5, you'll want to head up the road and find Chromie and talk to her. After this, a longish RP will start involving Arthas, Uther, and Jaina, after which Arthas will head in and wait. Talk to him to get the real part of the dungeon started. After this, several waves will spawn in sequence. After 5 and 10 waves, bosses will spawn. The waves spawned are denoted by white flags, or arrows if they're too far away, on your minimap. They should show up on your map as well, but for some reason they weren't showing up for me, and I couldn't figure out why. After clearing out the 2 bosses, Arthas will tell you to meet him at the town hall. Go to him and talk to him. He'll run in and try to kill some seemingly innocent people who will turn into infinite mage hunters. Kill those and continue. The next wave of these will spawn at the top of the stairs. The next wave will spawn when he's in the little hallway. Then one more in the center of the next room. After you kill the waves of infinite dragonkin, Chronoloord Epoch will spawn and you'll need to kill him. After killing him, you'll want to talk to Arthas, which I didn't realize at first, and he will then open up a secret passageway behind the bookshelf. Go through that and head out the back of the building. Arthas will stop just outside. Talk to him again, and he will start traveling the alleyway. There will be a ton of zombies here. Kill them all, as Arthas will try to attack and kill each and every single one he sees. While you're here, you can always try for the Zombie Fest achievement as well. You shouldn't be hurting for time too much for the mount. I wasn't trying too hard and I nearly got the achievement again. After clearing that area, just leave Arthas behind, we don't need him anymore, and go to this location to find the Infinite Corruptor. Kill him and you will get the achievement The Culling of Time, as well as a 100% drop chance of the Bronze Drake mount. Last up are your faction mounts. To some, this may sound crazy, like something you should already have, but some might not have thought to get these mounts. They used to be challenging to grind reputation for back in the day. But the reputations are, well, let's be honest, it's super easy to grind now, or even just to create a Death Knight to go and grab them if you're so bent against grinding the reputations for them. If there are any classes you haven't leveled and maybe you want to or plan to, a good and effective way to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone would be to create that class with a race you haven't gotten the mounts for, then buy the tabard for another faction you haven't gotten the mounts for. Level with this tabard on, and by the time you're 40, hell even 20, you should be exalted with the other faction and you should be able to buy the mounts for each race. At 40 you can buy all the mounts associated with either race. If not, your best bet is probably to create a disposable Death Knight for the races you haven't gotten the mounts for, level them through the start zone to 58, drop off the quests, and just go buy the mounts. The last option is to just quest and run dungeons normally on a main character with one of the respective tabards on. For the Alliance, the following 46 mounts are obtainable by the following races or factions if you grind them. Any race can purchase 7 mounts total from 10x Stonebeak in Stormwind City, which are the Ebon, Golden, and Snowy Griffins for basic flying mounts, and the Swift Blue, Green, Purple, and Red Griffins for epic flying mounts. Humans can purchase 6 mounts total from Katie Stocks in Stormwind City, which are the Black Stallion, Chestnut Mare, and Pinto for their basic ground mounts, as well as Swift Brown Steed, Swift Palomino, and Swift White Steed for their epic ground mounts. Dwarves can purchase 6 mounts total from Varen Amberstill and Dunmorrow, which are the Brown, Grey, and White Rams for their basic ground mounts, as well as Swift Brown, Grey, and White Rams for their epic ground mounts. Gnomes can purchase 7 mounts total from Millie Featherwhistle and Dunmorrow, which are the Blue, Green, and Unpainted Mechanostriders for their basic ground mounts, as well as Swift Green, White, and Yellow Mechanostriders for their epic ground mounts. Night Elves can purchase 7 mounts total from Lelani and Darnassus, which are the Spotted Frostsaber, Striped Frostsaber, Striped Nightsaber, and Striped Dawnsaber for their basic ground mounts, as well as Swift Frostsaber, Mistsaber, and Storm Sabers for their epic ground mounts. Draenei can purchase 6 mounts total from Turalius the Pack Handler and Azure Mist Isle, which are the Brown, Grey, and Purple Elex for their basic ground mounts, as well as Great Blue, Green, and Purple Elex for their epic ground mounts. Worgen have 2 mounts which not everyone is aware of because of their running wild racial. Their basic and epic ground mounts are the Mountain Horse and Swift Mountain Horse respectively. These can be purchased from Astrid Langstramp in Darnassus. Pandarans can purchase 12 mounts total from Old White Nose in Stormwind City, which are their Black, Blue, Brown, Green, Purple, and Red Dragon Turtles for their basic ground mounts, and the Great Black, Blue, Brown, Green, Purple, and Red Dragon Turtles for their epic ground mounts. For the Horde, the following 47 mounts are obtainable by the following races and factions if you grind for them. Any race can purchase 7 mounts total from Drachma and Orgrimmar, which are the Blue, Green, and Tawny Wind Riders for basic flying mounts, and the Swift Green, Purple, Red, and Yellow Wind Riders for epic flying mounts. Undead can purchase 7 mounts total from Zechariah Post in Terrasfall Glades, which are the Black, Blue, Brown, and Red Skeletal Horses for their basic ground mounts, and Green, Ochre, and Purple Skeletal War Horses for their epic ground mounts. Orcs can purchase 7 mounts total from Ogunaru Wolfrunner in Orgrimmar, which are the Black, Brown, Dire, and Timberwolves for their basic ground mounts, as well as the Swift Brown, Grey, and Timberwolves for their epic ground mounts. Trolls can purchase 6 mounts total from Zjolnir and Durotar, which are the Emerald, Turquoise, and Violet Raptors for their basic ground mounts, as well as the Swift Blue, Olive, and Orange Raptors for their epic ground mounts. Tauren can purchase 6 mounts total from Harb Clawhoof and Mulgore, which are the Brown, Grey, and White Kodos for their basic ground mounts, and Great Brown, Grey, and White Kodos for their epic ground mounts. Blood Elves can purchase 7 mounts total from Winestra and Eversong Woods, which are the Black, Blue, Purple, and Red Hawks Riders for their basic ground mounts, and Swift Green, Pink, and Purple Hawks Riders for their epic ground mounts. Goblins can purchase 2 mounts from Kal Worthaton in Orgrimmar, which are the Goblin Trike for their basic ground mount and the Goblin Turbo Trike for their epic ground mount. Pandarans can purchase 12 mounts total from Turtlemaster Odai in Orgrimmar, which are their Black, Blue, Brown, Green, Purple, and Red Dragon Turtles for their basic ground mounts, and the Great Black, Blue, Brown, Green, Purple, and Red Dragon Turtles for their epic ground mounts. And with that, I conclude this list of 60 plus easy to get mounts in World of Warcraft. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it was useful. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and get subscribed if you're new here. Be sure to leave a comment if you have any thoughts. That being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.